Okay, let's get some, you have the clock. Look at them both with the flags behind you. You guys are bad, man. You guys are bad. Well, I do have a seal. Yeah. Okay. I do have a seal. Okay, ready? Ready? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the City of Hialeah Planning and Zoning Board meeting for Wednesday, May 10th, 2023. Everyone, please rise for the invocation and the Pledge of Allegiance.
Lord, we thank you for gathering us here safely tonight. We ask that you allow us all voices to be heard, watch over us and guide us in making the right decisions for our constituents and our city. Amen.
Amen. Pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. May be seated. Do we have anybody on Zoom? There is one person. Okay.
Meeting guidelines. The following guidelines apply to today's Planning and Zoning Board meeting. Any person, whether participating via the web platform, telephonic conferencing, or physical presence at City Hall, interested in making comments or posing questions on any item on the agenda may do so during the meeting. Members of the public may hear the meeting live through telephonic conferencing using any telephone or cellular phone service. A smart device or computer are not necessary to participate in the meeting if you join by phone. All persons participating via the web platform will be muted during the meeting until called upon to be heard. Participation through Zoom requires a computer or smart mobile device with a microphone and web camera. The participant may elect to participate in the meeting using audio only or appear through both audio and video. The video function of all participants appearing through video will be turned off until called upon to be heard. All lobbyists must register with the Planning and Zoning Board prior to item being heard. A maximum of 4 speakers in favor and 4 speakers in opposition will be allowed to address the Planning and Zoning Board on any item. Each speaker's comments will be limited to 3 minutes. Item number 1, roll call. Mr. D. Perez.
Here.
Mr. Ramon.
Here.
Mr. Iglesias.
Here.
Mr. Jimenez.
Here.
Mr. Ulloa.
Here.
Mr. Casanova.
Here.
Mrs. Enriquez.
Here.
We have a quorum. Item number 2. Approval of Planning and Zoning Board summary agenda of April 26, 2023 as submitted.
Need a motion and a second, please. Motion to approve.
Second the motion.
Motion by Mr. Casanova, second by Mr. Iglesias. Mr. Ramon.
Yes.
Mr. Jimenez.
Yes.
Mr. Iglesias.
Yes.
Mr. Casanova.
Yes.
Mr. Ulloa.
Yes.
Mrs. Enriquez.
Yes.
Mr. D. Perez.
Yes.
Item has been approved. Administration of oath to all applicants and anyone who will be speaking before the board on any item.
Anyone and everyone that's going to speak in front of the board. Todas las personas que van a hablar en frente de nosotros, pónganse de pie para prestar juramento, por favor. And that also includes the electronic audience. If you're going to speak in front of the board, please stand and raise your hand.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth before this board?
Okay. ¿Entendió? Okay, thank you. Let the record show the answer was in the affirmative. There's a little bit of feedback on the audio. Okay, thank you.
A written decision and resolution will be prepared and presented for review to the city council. The city council is authorized to affirm with conditions, or override the decisions by resolution. After the resolution is adopted, contact a member of the city clerk's office to obtain a copy of the final decision and resolution. Upon your receipt of the final decision and resolution, contact the building department to obtain your required building permit. Summary minutes or a copy of the audio file that proceedings before the Planning and Zoning Board shall be prepared and submitted to the city council before its hearing. The Planning and Zoning Board recommendations for the following public hearing requests will be heard by the city council at its scheduled meeting of Tuesday, June 13th, 2023. Item number 3. Final decision to allow west side setback of 5.4 feet, where 5.9 feet is the minimum required for an existing terrace to be legalized. Allow interior east side setback of 4.2 feet, where 5.9 feet are required. And allow rear setback of 5.2 feet, or 7.5 feet are required for the legalization of a 258 square feet accessory building. Property is located at 234 West 19th Street, Hialeah Zones R1, one family district. Applicant Amado Morejon Cordova.
Name and address, please.
My name is Zulian Perez. I'm appearing on behalf of Amado Morejon Cordova, and the address is 234 West 19th Street. That's in Hialeah, Florida, 33010.
Okay, what relation do you have to this
He-
application?
He's my husband, Amado.
Okay.
Turning in a letter of him authorizing me to appear
Okay.
on his behalf.
Okay, that's,
He's at work, so he couldn't make it. He's in Colorado right now.
if you're the wife, you're
Yeah.
the boss. So-
Okay, I agree with you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
She'll read it into the record and we'll talk about it.
Okay,
So the property in this application is located on the south side of West 19th Street, west of West Second Avenue. The property has an open code enforcement case for building without permits. A building permit process was started in 2019 to legalize the unpermitted improvements, but was later abandoned. At this time, the applicant is before the city requesting an adjustment of the west side setback to 5.4 feet where 5.9 feet are required for an existing terrace to be legalized. An adjustment of the east side setback to 4.2 feet where 5.9 feet are required, and rear setback to 4.2 feet where 7 feet are required for the legalization of a 258 square feet accessory building used as storage. Since the requested adjustments are minimal and do not impact adjacent properties, the requested setbacks may be approved.
Thank you, Mrs. Storch. Any comments or questions?
no,
Okay, any comments or questions from the board? No. Anyone in the audience have a comment or question? Anyone in the electronic audience? Closes the public hearing. What's the pleasure of the board?
Motion to approve?
Second, motion.
Motion by Mr. Iglesias, second by Mr. Casanova and Mr. Ramon. Mr. Jimenez,
Yes.
Mr. Ulloa,
Yes.
Mr. Iglesias,
Yes.
Mr. Casanova,
Yes.
Mr. G. Perez.
Yes.
Mrs. Enriquez,
yes.
Mr. Ramon,
Yes.
item has been approved.
Thank you. Quick question. How do I get like a copy of, I just had to come back another day. How do I have like something, that you know that you guys approved what we are asking
You
for?
need to come on June 13 to the city council meeting, and they will vote on this. And then you will have a resolution, and that resolution, once that is signed by the president of the
So until
council.
June 13 is not
June
final.
13, yeah, it's a meeting, and then a few days after that, you can go to the city clerk. They will give you a copy of that resolution, and you will have to affix that to the plans that you have here in the city.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Good night.
The Planning and Zoning Board recommendations for the following public hearing requests will be heard by the City Council at a scheduled meeting of Tuesday, May 23rd, 2023. Item number 4, rezoning property from C2 Liberal Retail Commercial District to R35 Multiple Family District. Variance permit to allow 15 parking spaces where 16 parking spaces are required. Allow 2.5 feet interior east side setback where 10 feet are required, and allow 22% pervious area where 30% pervious area is the minimum required. Property is located at 3090 Palm Avenue, Hialeah Zone C2, Liberal Retail Commercial District. Applicant Cesar Mestre, Esquire.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Cesar Mestre with offices at 8105 Northwest 155th Street, Miami Lakes, Florida. With me tonight is Cesar Munoz, who is online. It's the one that says Cesar. Okay. So he's here. He's the owner.
Easier, okay.
No, 3 of them. You already found the 3. For this one is this. Okay. So the property in this application is located at the southwest intersection of Palm Avenue and East 31st Street, across the street from Hialeah Park. The site has C2 zoning and was developed in 1971 as a two-story multifamily building with 4 units. Since residential uses are not allowed in commercial zoning designated properties, the subject site is considered non-conforming. Since over the years, the 4 units were remodeled and turned into 7 units by former owners, the applicant is in the process of legalizing the extra 3 units, and in doing so, the land use has been amended from low-density residential to high-density residential in 2021. At this time, the applicant is requesting rezoning from C2 to R35 to make land use and zoning consistent. The original layout of the building included 2 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom units on each floor. The submitted legalization floor plan includes on the ground floor one one-bedroom, 1-bathroom units and 2 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom units, and 1 360 square feet office that includes a complete bathroom. The second story floor plan includes 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom, 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom units, and 2 2-bedroom, 1-bathroom units. The site has 15 parking spaces, 2 spaces for each unit as required by code, and an additional parking space. The 360 square feet office is utilized as a commercial space and requires 2 parking spaces. Accordingly, a variance is requested to allow 15 parking spaces where 16 are required. The plans also show a laundry room that was built without the benefit of a building permit that encroaches into the 20-feet rear setback. The ground floor office, as shown on the plans, is identical to the 1-bedroom units except for the curtain along the living room wall. To prevent the conversion of the office into an additional unit not allowed by the existing land use density limitations, it is recommended that the laundry room be relocated to the office unit where the remaining space can still accommodate a building management office or storage without the need of an additional parking space. The submitted plans also include a landscape plan incorporating new landscaping. However, the plan is incomplete and is not in compliance with landscaping regulations, where 7 trees and 70 shrubs are required. The rezoning from C2 to R35 may be allowed since it will make the zoning consistent with the land use. However, the parking variance shall not be allowed. The laundry room shall be relocated to comply with the required rear setback, and the legalization process shall be completed as soon as possible for safety and environmental protection reasons. Recommendation: approve rezoning from C2 to R35 with the condition that the legalization process gets completed within 18 months, including the relocation of the laundry room and compliance with landscaping regulations.
Thank you. Mr. Messi.
Yes, good evening. We have a presentation just so you understand where the property is. As Deborah said, there was already a land use amendment done back in 2021. We went with high density, which was approved by the council. It's interesting. This one, my client purchased it in 2018, thinking he was buying an 8-unit apartment building. Miami-Dade County, if you look up the property, it's still there, says it's 8 living units. But it's not 8 legal units. At some time it was 4. It got converted over the years. So he's here before you now trying to legalize what he bought, except that due to the density requirements, we're not allowed to have 8 units, only 7. So what he's doing with the other unit is converting it into an office. And now we will agree with the conditions of putting the laundromat up there as well. This is the property. It's on the corner of Palm and 31, located right on the corner, 2-story apartment building. Next slide. This is a view looking south on 31st Street. Next one. Same thing, except a little bit to the east. This is directly across the street, an automobile shop that's located on the south corner of Palm and 31. Next slide. Just to give you an idea, a lot of multifamily units down the street. Next one. You can skip that one, go to the next one. These are the plans that were submitted to the city, and obviously any permits will have to be pursuant to this. We will also be enhancing the landscaping plans when it comes to get the permits. Next slide. This is a rendering of what it's going to look like. As usual, the city likes to request some beautification, some aesthetics that be done to the building. Next one. And the last one. This will show you that we're planning on putting a nice wall around it to make it look better with some metal emphasis on it. I think this makes it look a lot more updated, a lot better. But basically what we're doing is trying to legalize at least the 3 additional units so that he complies with what he has. So we would ask you for a recommendation of approval. I would be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you, Mr. Master. Yeah, I remember this. I remember this property that there was some back and forth with was it like a unity of title or something?
No, I know we've had issues with the plans. We've been dealing with it for the last 2 years.
Again, it's been a bit.
It's hard to find good design professionals that stick around. They kind of start the process and then halfway through, they just give up and then you got to start with somebody new. That's what happened with this one. That's why it took so long.
Good deal. Comments or questions from the board? Any, go ahead, please.
I have a question. So there's gonna be 7 units, 8 units?
7 units. The breakdown, if you want it.
But in reality, it's 8 units right now.
Well, it was 8, but what we're doing is we're converting the 8th unit into an office so that we don't go over the density. And that'll be his office for his management of the property. And in order to prevent that unit becoming another unit, we're willing to go along with the conditions that the laundromat that's located in the back, which encroaches on the rear setback, be put into that 8th unit.
And why can't it like be legalized, the 8th unit?
Because the density will not allow it. There's a maximum density based on the land that you have. And this one comes out, if I remember correctly, to like 7.3. And I begged Deborah to round it up, but the law doesn't allow it. So that's why you can only have 7.
Because I mean, my concern is like, I had a friend trying to get an apartment in Hialeah, like just no vacancy whatsoever. So it seems like I don't know, like a bad thing to get rid of a unit when there's so much.
Well,
need
get
for
rid of
unit.
an illegal unit because it was built as 4 and they have 8.
No,
So
I
we
understand, but I
want to
mean,
legalize 3, and also they have a laundry room that is encroaching into a setback that was built illegally, which is bad, not only for because it's invading the setback, because it has no permit for the water, for the sewer. So now they will do a proper laundry within that space that used to be an apartment, and they still have the space to be an office, and then no one is concerned that that will become another illegal unit in the future.
no, I understand it's
And
legal.
in the city, they are building it, like I don't know the number by heart, but around 3,000 units. So your friend will find something quickly.
I don't know. I just don't like it. I mean, having a unit be available to just, I understand it's illegal, but I mean.
Yeah, if there were a
Be able
way
to
to get it done, I would be asking you for it.
Right.
But unfortunately, even if you recommended it and the council kind of saw to approve it, it would still be illegal and we would do it all for naught anyway.
Yeah, sometimes the law makes no sense, but okay.
So the laundry room where it's existing right now, it's outside?
It's enclosed, but it's in the rear of the building on the west side of the
And
building.
proposed new location will be within that 8th apartment, which it's gonna be the
The
office.
Correct.
So there will be access from within the hallway, so the building and
That's
stuff.
correct. Yes,
It'll be more accessible than what the existing one is, or,
just as accessible, I would say.
okay. Okay. Any more comments or questions? No. Anyone in the audience? Anyone in the electronic audience? Closes the public hearing. What's the pleasure of the board?
Motion
So-
to,
well,
go ahead, sir.
Go ahead.
Motion to approve. Second. With conditions that are bringing up.
Motion by Mr. Iglesias, second by Mr. Ramon. Mr. Jimenez,
Yes.
Mr. Casanova,
Yes.
Mr. Di Perez,
Yes.
Mrs. Enriquez,
Yes.
Mr. Ulloa,
Yes.
Mr. Amon,
Yes.
Mr. Iglesias.
Yes.
Item has been approved with conditions.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, so item number 5, the applicant actually requested his item to be tabled. We can-
Motion to table.
Second that motion.
Motion,
Can we read it into read the address into the record, please?
the address is 302 East 17th Street. So I have a motion by Mr. Casanova, second by Mr. Iglesias.
Would you like to have this,
Please, if you can,
Sure, no problem.
Mr. Ulloa,
Yes.
Mr. Di Perez,
Yes.
Mr. Casanova,
Yes.
Mr. Amon,
yes.
Mrs. Enriquez,
Yes.
Mr. Iglesias,
Yes.
Mr. Jimenez.
Yes.
Item has been tabled.
You?
Item number 6. Thank you. Variance permit to allow 3 parking spaces where 11 parking spaces are required for a proposed 1,570 square feet banquet hall to be located within a warehouse condominium bay. Property is located at 2250 West 10th Avenue, Unit 10, Hialeah zoned, M2 Industrial District. Applicant, Yudinis Diaz.
You Dennis Diaz? Name and address, please.
2250 West 10 Avenue, Unit 10,
Your name?
Judinis Diaz.
Thank you.
The property in this application is a 2,695 square feet bay within a warehouse condominium. It occupies an entire block surrounded by West 23rd Street on the north, West 21st Place on the south, West 10th Avenue on the east, and West 10th Court on the west. The building has 52,294 square feet divided in 16 bays and has 66 off-street parking spaces, 28 on a parking lot facing West 23rd Street and 43 within an internal parking with access on West 21st Place. Most bays are licensed for industrial uses with the exception of one that is a dry cleaning business. The existing 66 parking spaces comply with parking requirement for the existing uses at the site. Backout street parking on the right of way exists along West 10th Court, West 10th Avenue, and West 12th Place. However, its legitimacy is dubious because it is completely encroaching into the right of way and might be eliminated in the future. The applicant is before the city with a proposal to utilize 1,570 square feet of her 2,695 square feet bay as a banquet hall to conduct gatherings and activities such as family reunions, children birthday parties, and baby showers on the weekends. The capacity of the proposed banquet hall is 32 persons. The parking allocation for the 2,695 square feet bay, originally developed as industrial, is 3 parking spaces, 2 off-street parking spaces within the internal parking lot, and 1 on-street parking space. And the requirement for the 1,570 square feet proposed banquet hall, plus 1,125 square feet storage is 8 parking spaces for the banquet hall and 2 parking spaces for the storage area, totaling 10 spaces. A letter from Georgian Park Condominium Inc.'s manager indicates that 8 parking spaces allocated to 3 neighboring bays may be used by the applicant Monday through Sunday after 6 p.m. and not past 5 a.m. The existing 3 parking spaces allocated to the subject bay, plus the 8 parking spaces that the association is allowing the applicant to utilize, fulfill the parking requirement for the proposed use. Accordingly, the parking variance could be allowed only for the proposed business and during the hours that the extra parking spaces are available. Monday through Sunday, starting at 6 p.m. The recommendation is approved with conditions.
Thank you. Comments or questions? What are the proposed operating hours for your business?
We will leave after 6 o'clock Saturdays or Sundays. Nobody gonna be, during the that time is empty, and that's what I believe at nights on weekends.
So your usage will be mostly at night?
Yes,
Okay, because I mean, at banquet hall, that's
yes.
usually when parties are like
Yes,
around this time during the week and earlier on the weekend.
no, but I'm gonna have some kind of regulations. If they want to accept it, is that we're gonna use it. But no, it have to be at night.
Okay,
Mhm.
so you're gonna set a time frame for
Exactly.
operating.
That's what I got available. If you want to take it, you take it. If not, you have to go to any other places.
So if I'm gonna go out there and rent your hall for a reunion or something, you're gonna tell me no. You want it on Sunday? I can't rent it any earlier than say 6 p.m.
That's correct.
Oh, I want it at 2 p.m.
No.
Good deal. Thank you. Comments or questions?
For the check.
Yes, sir.
I live like a block away from there, so usually on the weekends, that's all industrial. It's all
Yeah, it
empty
is.
and there's plenty of parking.
Yeah, well. This used to be behind Telemundo over there, right?
Yeah, a little bit more.
A little
Telemundo
bit,
used to
a
be
little
right on Eighth Avenue,
yeah.
Right.
But this is a condominium, so each bay is owned by a different owner. If
Right.
everyone comes with the same idea, that's why the management, to be fair with everyone, they put that regulation, because if one of the warehouses decides that they want to work Saturday, Sunday, they don't want to run into the possibility of not having parking. So this is a good compromise for both. After 6, no one will be there. She has all the availability that she needs, and the other ones can continue enjoying their properties with all the rights that they have.
Being a good neighbor goes a long ways.
Always.
We
We get a space for everybody.
we learned that. Comments or questions from the audience? Anyone in the electronic audience? Any more comments?
No, not at all.
Closes the public hearing, was a pleasure of the board.
Motion to approve with condition.
Second. Oh,
Motion by Mr. Amon, second by Mr. Iglesias and Mr. Jimenez. Mr. Casanova,
yes.
Mr. D. Perez.
Yes.
Mr. Amon,
Yes.
Mr. Iglesias,
Yes.
Mrs. Enriquez,
Yes.
Mr. Ulloa,
Yes.
Mr. Jimenez.
Yes, yes.
Item has been approved with conditions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Diego,
Miscellaneous items not requiring advertising.
excuse me,
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to interrupt. Does she know that she has to come back?
You have to come back, yes, on the,
May
no,
20,
June, no, May.
May 23rd.
May 23rd at 7 p.m. Have dinner before, because those meetings run very late.
Yeah. Hey, or you can cater the meeting. Take care.
Miscellaneous items not requiring advertisement. Item number 7, final plat of Baracoa Palm subdivision.
Well, this is a plat that I have been waiting for 20 years. The
20
corner-
years.
The corner of Palm Avenue and East 46th Street, you will remember it, because there was a house and the house was encroaching into the right of way. So that street was wide, and then when it came to Palm Avenue, it became narrower because it had that house. Now the house is gone.
Okay.
They are finishing the plat. There's an apartment building almost ready there, and this is, there's no objection. All the departments recommend approval of the final plat.
The builder did concede to
Yeah, of
to give
course.
us
That's the.
the right of
condition.
way there.
The plat, that was a condition of the. plat.
Right.
They had to dedicate that. right of
Dedicate
way.
the one lane of road.
Yes, yes.
All right, good. Comments or questions? Yep. Anyone in the audience? Anyone in the electronic audience? All right, close the public hearing. What's the pleasure of the board?
Motion to approve. Second.
Motion by Mr. Iglesias, second by Mr. Amon. Mr. D. Perez.
Yes.
Mr. Amon,
Yes.
Mrs. Enriquez,
Yes.
Mr. Iglesias,
Yes.
Mr. Jimenez,
Yes.
Mr. Ulloa,
Yes.
Mr. Casanova.
Yes.
Item's been approved. Item number 8, old business?
Any old business?
No old business. Item number 9, new business?
Any new business? No new business?
Yes.
No? Yes.
We're gonna have to reschedule the meetings in September. Since it's budget,
Well, we have no meetings in September. I'm sorry. July.
Yeah,
I'm
well,
so sorry. I was.
Yes.
Right.
Yes, so
What
we,
dates?
we will have to have the meetings the weeks that they don't have the budget meetings, because the weeks that they have council, the next day they have the budget meeting, so we'll have to be, you have the dates?
Yeah, okay, so our original dates is September 13th and the 27th. So we are rescheduling for the 6th and the 20th. Just a week earlier. Is
No problem.
that fine?
Yeah, we will remind you.
No, so we don't need to vote? Okay.
We go
Hey,
with
hey,
that?
hey, hey, don't go there.
Oh,
Everybody good with that?
Yeah.
All right. If
Okay.
there's no more new business, meeting's adjourned.